Psalm 78, verses 54 through 64.
There is only one direction for Christians to travel, and that is forward. We must not think back or look back or turn back. We must move ahead out of the old life and into the new life. That's the picture we have in the nation of Israel. God delivered them from Egypt. He brought them into the promised land. And yet, when they got into the promised land, what happened? They failed God. Listen to what it says in Psalm 78, verses 56 through 58. Yet they tested and provoked the Most High God, and kept not his testimonies, but turned back, and dealt unfaithfully like their fathers. They were turned aside like a deceitful bow, for they provoked him to anger with their high places, and moved him to jealousy with their carved images. You see, they ignored all of his goodness. He had delivered them from Egypt. He'd brought them into the promised land. He cast out the other nations. He gave them houses they didn't build. They drank from wells they did not have to dig. They ate from trees they had never cultivated. They ignored God's goodness, and then they deliberately tempted him. How do you tempt God? You tempt God when you deliberately disobey him and you dare him to do something. You're not walking in ignorance. You know what you are doing. To tempt God means to sin with your eyes wide open, and this provokes God. They even adopted the idolatrous worship of the people in the land that they had defeated. Imagine that, worshiping the gods of the defeated enemy. But we do this today. How easy it is for us to accept the idols of this world, to trust in money, to trust in position, to trust in the words of men instead of the words of God. And the result, verse 60 of Psalm 78, so he forsook the tabernacle. God moved out. God said, if you don't want me, I'm leaving. And as a consequence, they went into captivity. What a tragedy it is to enter into the blessing God has for you and then get so confident and so selfish we forget the God who gave us the blessing. Remember now, today, it's not the blessing we should enjoy, but the blesser, the God who gives us and guides us.